Thank you for tuning into Bond Court. I want to continue posting Bond Court every night on YouTube, but the viewership and engagement on my channel has fallen off a cliff. I would greatly appreciate your help by hitting the like button and leaving a comment on my videos. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Great. It looks like we have one Spanish case for the afternoon session, which we're starting at 11:40.
Your Honor, allow me just a moment to confirm the defendant can hear, please.
Perfect.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Great. And for your benefit, the case is 2022 MM 6088AO, Jesus Andres Plazas.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Jesus Andres Plazas.
Jesus Andres Plazas.
Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with trespass other than a structure, refusing to leave. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender's office.
Your Honor, there was an offer to resolve the case with a withhold of adjudication credit, time served, no return to 1505 South Cimarron Boulevard. If Mr. Plazas would like to accept the state's offer.
Sí.
Yes.
No.
I'm getting a no. So. All right. So he does want to resolve it?
Yes, Your Honor. And he's going to enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, have you read through a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
You have to answer it out loud.
Yes.
Okay. Are you entering the
Sí.
plea? Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
You have to answer.
Yes. Sí.
Okay. To the
Yes.
To the charge of trespass, how do you wish to plead?
No volver por allá. No volver a acercarme a ese sitio.
Not to go back to that place, not to get anywhere near that place again.
No, no contest. There.
Okay, sir, I'm just going to ask you again. How do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest. Remember? No contest. It means
Culpable.
Guilty?
All right,
That's
sir, I will accept your plea, and I will withhold adjudication, order that you not return to 1505 South Cimarron Boulevard, Orlando. Also ordering court costs, reducing them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court, sir.
Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And I believe that's our only Spanish. Okay.
Have a good day, Your Honor. Thank you.
You too, thank you. And just for the record, Sergio Perez Vaca, 2022 CF 10349AO has bonded. Okay. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Elderly Dormo.
Okay, Mr. Dormal, you were arrested and charged with trespass on property after warning.
Yeah.
And it also looks like you're currently out on an ROR on a petty theft case from last year.
And yes, Your Honor, he has been deemed incompetent to proceed, which is why that case is still open. I would ask for an ROR, being that this is a nonviolent offense, and if you look, he has no failures to appear. So I would ask for an ROR due to the incompetency and the fact that he's transient, Your Honor.
State, what's your position?
Your Honor, I understand he has been deemed to be incompetent, and it is nonviolent, but he also has 25 misdemeanors, Your Honor.
I do have my concerns about that. Okay. As to the charge of trespass, sir, I'm going to set your bond at $250. I find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're out on an ROR on a petty theft case. I'm not going to revoke that, okay? But I'm setting bond at $250. I'm appointing the
On
public.
discharge today, miss?
Excuse me?
On discharge today? On discharge today?
On this charge today,
On discharge today.
yes, on the trespass. I'm not going to touch your release on recognizance on
I'm
your
leaving
petty
today?
theft. If you bond out, you can leave today, all right?
And Your
Thank you,
Honor, a
sir.
no return?
No return. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Hamilton, you failed to appear on 2022 CF 4705, and the judge on that set your bond at $1,000, so I'm going to stay that bond.
I'm homeless. I had no clue that I had no clue that I had a court. And the officers in my neighborhood never even told me that I had court or anything. And I talk to them on a daily basis.
Okay, well, sir, it's not their job to keep up with your court dates. It's your job to keep up with your court dates.
I'm homeless.
The other judge, you can take it up with them. They set your bond at $1,000. I'm going to stay that. I believe you're already represented by the public defender's office. They can take you before that judge. Okay, thank you, sir.
So what does that mean?
Okay, sir, could you tell me your name?
Cameron Jackson.
I'm sorry, what?
Cameron Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, you were arrested and charged with destruction of evidence, resisting an officer without violence, and trespass on property after warning. I have reviewed this. And I do find probable cause. On the destruction of evidence charge, I'll set bond at 500. On resisting without violence, I'll set bond at 250. And trespass after warning, I'll set bond at 250. So that's for a total of $1,000. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. Okay, that is all.
No return to UCF, please, Your Honor?
And if you were trespassed from UCF, correct? Well, sir, I'm going to order that you not return to UCF, okay? Consider yourself trespassed there. Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to call these. Okay. Is this them or no? Okay, Matthew Thomas Rufel. RUFLE, 20. Medical.
Yes, and I will waive an interplea of not guilty if you appoint us, Your Honor.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. And What's that? Okay. All right, Johnny Otis Williams Jr. is represented by the Public Defender's Office.
I will waive and enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right, sir, could you tell me your name? Okay. All right.
What happened to Martha Alvarez? Thank you.
Okay, Martha Alvarez bonded. Okay, Mr. Cardona, you were arrested and charged with battery, a first-degree misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year probation, 1 year jail, up to a $1,000 fine. I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I will set bond in the amount of $500. Special conditions of the bond are that you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, that you possess no weapons, and that you consume no alcohol to excess. Do you understand? Okay.
Could he have a one-time return with law enforcement, Your Honor?
You can have a one-time return with law enforcement to pick up your property, but you're not roommates right now, okay?
Yes,
Thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Willard Heath.
Okay, Mr. Heath, you were arrested and charged with trespass of a structure or conveyance. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And
Your Honor, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 4873 Riley Street. Mr. Heath would like to accept and enter plea of no contest.
okay,
May I approach, Your Honor?
yes. Okay. Sir, have you read through a plea form, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation? Then to the charge of trespass of a structure or conveyance, how do you wish to plea?
Contest.
Okay, sir, I will accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for the 2 days that you've served in the Orange County Jail. I'm ordering that you not return to 4873 Riley Street, Orlando, Florida. And I'm ordering court costs, reducing them to a civil judgment. Sir, you're currently out on bond on a possession of cocaine. I'm going to take no action in that matter, okay? I'm not going to touch your bond. But don't go back to that address, sir. Right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Brianna Murrow.
Okay, Ms. Murrow, you are charged with trespass in an occupied conveyance. And I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Your Honor, given she has no criminal history, I would ask for an ROR. She'll likely qualify for pretrial diversion.
State, any position?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, I am going to release you on your own recognizance on this matter, okay? I've appointed the public defender to represent you.
That's yours.
Okay. Well, I will find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him on his battery charge.
I will waive his appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll set bond in the amount of $1,000, conditions that he not return, that he have no contact, that he possess no weapons. He's also out on ROR on a trespass on property after warning. I'm going to revoke the ROR and set bond at $500 in that case.
Your Honor, I would ask that you take no action. No information has been filed. That's why he was released ROR.
Your Honor, he was just arrested August 18th
On the previous,
for the trespass, Your Honor.
okay, I'll take no action on the trespass. Pays to have an attorney. Right. Okay,
And Your Honor, could we reset for tomorrow? There was an offer to resolve her case. I'm gonna see if I can get her to come.
can reset her for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Joe Cabrera.
Okay, Mr. Cabrera, you are here on a violation of violation of condition of pretrial release. Judge Bigney has revoked your pretrial release and set your bond at none. So I'm going to stay the no bond. She also had a note on there to notify her division. So you can take that up with
Any way
Judge.
you can just, time serve or something on this misdemeanor?
You're going to
So I
need to
can get it
talk
over
to
with,
Judge
'cause all they doing
Bigney,
this
sir.
Over almost 2 years.
I can't do anything about this, sir. Okay, you're going to need to see Judge Bigney. She set you at no bond with a note to see her in her division.
I have permission to leave from the lady, and then they just keep on bringing me to jail for no reason, ma'am.
He's in coma.
It's just like a big joke. That's what they're doing.
Really?
Can we reset for tomorrow, Your Honor? There's also a offer to resolve his case.
Okay, we'll reset Eric Cruz to Wednesday, the 7th. Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
James Johnson.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you were arrested and charged with open container. It's a city charge. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is a withholds credit time served.
And the
We would
200.
like to accept an enter plea of no comment.
Okay. Sir, have you read through a plea form previously, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, I do.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a United States citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the charge of open container of an alcoholic beverage, how do you wish to plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served, and I will order court costs, reducing them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court. Okay? Stay out of trouble, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, release him as to this charge. All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Trey Lee.
Okay, Mr. Lee, you were arrested and charged with trespass.
And, Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication credit time served, and Mr. Lee would like to accept an enter plea of no contest.
Okay. Sir, have you seen a plea form before, and do you understand the rights you're waiving by entering into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you on a criminal probation at the time of this offense?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entry of a plea to a crime could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the charge of trespass, how do you wish to plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea, find you're entering it freely and voluntarily. I will withhold adjudication, give you credit for the time that you've served in the Orange County Jail, release you as to this charge, order court costs, reduce them to a civil judgment. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. If you cannot afford an attorney for that purpose, one will be provided by the court.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, sir. Stay out of trouble.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Afternoon, Emmanuel Jose Mil Diaz.
Okay, Mr. Mila Diaz, you were arrested and charged with attempted fleeing or eluding a police officer, driving while license suspended or revoked, and no motorcycle license. I have reviewed that. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you are currently out on bond on a possession of cannabis, or possession of controlled substance or possession of cannabis in 2022 CF 10075AO. Okay. On the fleeing and eluding, I'm setting the bond at $2,000. Driving while license suspended or revoked, setting the bond at $1,000. No motorcycle license, setting bond at $500. As to the charge you're out on bond, I'm revoking the current bond of $1,000 and setting the new bond at $2,000.
Yes, ma'am.
So is that 1,000 on each charge, Your Honor?
Does he have two charges? Okay, yes, 1,000 on each charge. Okay, that is all, sir. All right. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Michael Center.
Okay, Mr. Center, you were arrested and charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. You're currently on a DUI suspension, sir. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I'm setting bond on that case at $1,000. You are currently out on bond on 2022 CT 4037 and 4036. And as to those cases, I'm revoking your current bond of $1,000 on your DUI and setting you at no bond. You can see the judge that your case is in front of about that. And on the driving while license suspended, I'll take no action on that bond. It's showing two case numbers, 2022 CT 4037 and 36. Okay, well, I'm taking no action on 37 anyway, so. But I am revoking his bond on the DUI and setting him at no bond. He can go before his judge.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, on Jacoy Bolkes, I do find probable cause on each case. I'll appoint the public defender, and I'll set bond at $500 on well, on the disorderly conduct, I'll set bond at 250. On the battery on a law enforcement officer, 500. Resisting with violence, 500. Assault on a law enforcement officer, 500. Resisting without violence, 500.
And as to the out on bond, Your Honor, I would ask that you take no action. He's in comp proceedings. He's been deemed incompetent to proceed in that case. So I'd ask that you not take any action.
I'll take no action in the out on bond case.
2020 CF 11663 AO.
Yes. Good afternoon. Could you tell me your name?
Kyle Carhart, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Carhart, you failed to appear on 2022 CF 4552 AO, and the judge set your bond at $5,000. I will stay that amount. And then you also failed to appear on 2022 CT 2211 AO, and the judge set your bond at $2,000. I'll stay that bond as well. So you can take that up with the judge that did that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, I'll appoint the public defender.
Oh, wait.
Am I missing a page? Oh, here it is. Is it burglary with a battery? Is that the charge you're seeing?
Yes.
All right.
That is a first-degree felony, Your Honor, punishable by life. Eesh.
I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will set no bond. Stay it at no bond.
No contact, no return, Your Honor?
No contact, no return. No weapons. Can I refuse? Am I allowed to do that? Okay, on Thaddeus Douglas, I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. And I believe they'll waive his appearance.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll set a $1,000 bond on his grand theft motor vehicle. He's also out on bond on a fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer in possession of methamphetamine case.
And Your Honor, the state only filed on the fleeing and attempting to elude. They didn't file on the drug charges.
I'm going to take no action on that case. Okay. Quinson Ismay? Okay. Jonathan Knight?
Hi, good morning, Madam Judge.
Good morning, afternoon, one of those. Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a prescription, drug without a prescription, and resisting an officer without violence. I have reviewed these charges. I do find probable cause on those charges. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And on the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge, sir, I will set bond at $1,500. On the battery, $500. On the possession of controlled substance, $500. Possession of prescription drug without a prescription, $500. Resisting without violence, $500. And order that you have no contact with the named victims in the case.
No weapons, no firearms?
No weapons, no firearms. You're currently out on bond on a trespass case. I'm going to take no action on that case.
Thank you, Madam Judge. I really appreciate it. You have a fantastic day.
Thank you. The name Eddie Haskell comes to mind. I don't know. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name, please?
Junior Lewis.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with burglary of a structure as well as petty theft of $100 or more. I have reviewed these. I do find probable cause on each of these cases, and I will appoint the public defender on each of these cases. Let's see. And on the burglary of a structure case, I'm setting bond at $3,500. On petty theft of 100 or more, setting bond at $500. And order no return. You're also currently out on ROR for a petty burglary of a conveyance and petty theft in 2021 CF 11561.
And Your Honor, he's in comp proceedings in that case. Actually, in both out on bond cases, they're incompetency hearings. I'm trying to. So I would ask that you take no action.
State.
Let me see.
Your Honor, with regard to 21 CF 11561, it appears as though nothing has happened in that case since February of, I want to say it's this year? Either this year or last year, but it seems as though nothing has happened for some time. 21 CF 14478, there is a status hearing on October the 11th, and it probably does have to do with competency, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to take no action on those cases. Thank you for the information. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Kevin Omar Melendez.
Okay, Mr. Melendez, you are here on a charge of driving while license permanently revoked. I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause, and I will set bond in the amount of $1,000. Are you seeking the public defender? You can't hear me? Okay. I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm setting bond in the amount of $1,000 on that charge. Okay? Special condition, you do not drive. Okay? Thank you. All right. Sir, could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Santiago, you were arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, possession of heroin, possession of Dilaudid, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the public defender to represent you on each of those cases. And I'm setting bond on the possession of cocaine at $1,000, possession of heroin, $500, possession of Dilaudid, $500, possession of drug paraphernalia, $500, resisting without violence, $500. It's for a total of $3,000. Okay. Any special conditions, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. That is all, sir.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, I have found probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. And on the possession of cocaine, I'll set bond in the amount of $1,000, no valid driver's license, $250, fleeing and eluding. I'll set bond at $500. Special condition, do not drive without a valid driver's license.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. Is he already appointed? We already have counsel? Okay. This is a failure to appear, and I will stay the amount, which I don't know what that is.
0.
It's a no bond status. I'll stay the no bond status. Who? Oh. Isn't he a Backstreet Boy? Doesn't he have a real estate show on up in New England? Different Jonathan Knight, maybe? Okay. Is that everybody? Okay. No? Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joe Concepcion on behalf of Chanel Dallas. We're here for initial appearance today. She's currently being held no bond. I'm asking that this court set a bond at no more than $2,000.
Okay. No, it's right on top. It's on top. And I read this, I remember it. Okay, at this time, the court does find probable cause, and I will set a bond. However, it's not going to be $2,000, it's going to be $5,000, with the special conditions that she have no contact with the named victim, not return to the place where this happened, that she possessed no weapons. Is there a child involved in this one, Ms. Eugene? Is there a DCF issue or no?
DCF will be notified, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, and follow any DCF plan that might be put in place. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. So, do we need Spanish? Which button do I hit over here? This screen? Okay. Just call? Okay. Interpreter, thank you. It's different in every courtroom. There's no consistency.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Good morning, I'm out here at the jail, and how many Spanish do we have? 3. I think we have 3, so.
Yes, Your Honor, may you allow me just a moment to confirm the defendant can hear through the headsets.
All right.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Great. Sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Jonathan Alejandro Santos Martes.
Jonathan Alejandro Santos Martes.
Okay, sir, you were arrested on a charge of battery, a first-degree misdemeanor. It's a domestic violence allegation. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in this matter, and you do not qualify for PTR. I will set a bond in this. Do we have anybody here to testify? No. I will set a bond in this matter of $1,000 with special conditions, that you have no contact with the named victim, that you not return to the scene, and that you possess no weapons. Anything else, Ms. Eugene?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, if the interpreter could respectfully request the case number for this last defendant, please.
Yes, 2022 MM6077AO.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, are you appointing the public defender?
And I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Oscar Rodríguez Sánchez. Oscar Rafael Rodríguez Sánchez.
Oscar Rafael Rodriguez Sanchez.
Okay, sir, you were here on an out-of-county warrant? Paperwork for this?
Yes, that's correct.
And it's from Polk County, sir,
Sí.
and you have
Yes.
you have no bond on that, so Polk County will come pick you up as soon as they can. You're appointed the public defender here just to make sure you don't sit here if Polk County avoids you, okay? All right, thank you.
Your Honor, the interpreter could inquire, is there any kind of case number or identification number for this defendant?
There's a case number. It's a Polk County case number. It just says 0090633.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I apologize. That's just what I've got.
No worries, Your Honor. That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Okay, sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Felipe de Jesús Aldair Castillo Ramírez.
Clarification, Your Honor.
Felipe de Jesús Aldair Castillo Ramírez.
Felipe de Jesús Adair Castillo Ramírez.
Okay, sir, you are here on a new charge of resisting an officer without violence. That's 2022 MM 524 AW. And I do find probable cause, set a bond of 500. And then you also have a violation of probation on your driving under the influence. That's 2021 CT 386 AA. And the bond on that is $20,000. I will stay these bond amounts. Anything else, State?
Just a question, Your Honor. Are you appointing the public defender on all of them unless otherwise stated?
Yes. That'll be easier, thank you. Instead of reminding me each and every time. All right, that's all, sir, thank you.
Disculpe, yo tengo abogado.
Excuse me, but I have an attorney.
Okay, well then I won't appoint the on which case do you have an attorney? The one you're out on bond for?
Pues sí, estoy viendo lo de esto la violación de probatoria. En esto.
Yeah, I'm working on the violation of probation on this.
And are you going to hire your own attorney on the resisting without violence, sir?
Sí.
Yes.
Then I will not appoint the public defender. I am going to.
No.
Okay. On the DUI that you're out on bond for, sir, I'm going to revoke that bond and set a new bond in the amount of $1,000, same conditions.
Okay.
Okay.
No, he has, well, he said he had an attorney. Then we'll leave the public defender and put him Toga. Okay. All right, and then you're gonna need case numbers, sir, or you already have them?
I have them, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Does the court require any further assistance from the interpreter at this time?
Yes, we have, how many more? One more, okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right. So apparently the next one is 2022 MM6090AO. Luis Eduardo Artigalas?
Would you mind spelling that for the interpreter, please?
My name?
Artigalas. Luis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Luis Eduardo, but apparently it's the victim that needs the interpreter, not the defendant. The victim.
No worries, Your Honor. I'll go ahead and broadcast over the speaker, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Hi.
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Nos da su nombre?
My name. My name is Luis Eduardo Artigalas, and well, that's my name.
Mi nombre es Luis Artigalas. Bueno, ese es mi nombre.
Okay, and he's interpreting for them, all right? Okay.
Él está interpretando a ellos.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence.
Señor, usted fue arrestado y lo acusan de un cargo de agresión, violencia doméstica.
Which I was told.
A mí me indicaron que
Under the Florida law, somebody had to stay out of the house to keep us safe. So
me indicaron que bajo la ley de la Florida alguien tenía que irse de la casa para mantenernos seguros.
Okay. Sir, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Are you seeking the public defender to represent you?
Señor, he revisado la acta acusatoria, determino que existen indicios razonables. Usted está pidiendo al defensor público que lo represente.
does that mean they're saying that I actually hit him?
Entonces eso significa que yo las golpeé.
I didn't hit anybody. So if
Yo no golpeé a nadie.
Your Honor, can I have a moment, please?
Yes.
Señoría, si me permite un momento.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So we have people in the witness box. Ms. Eugene, if you'd like to inquire.
Tenemos personas como testigos si ustedes quisieran preguntar. Por favor, levanten su mano derecha para prestar juramento. Juro solemnemente o afirma que el testimonio que usted dará será la verdad, toda la verdad y solamente la verdad ante Dios. Por favor, diga su nombre para que conste en actas. Necesito que hablen fuerte y acérquense al micrófono, por favor.
Silvia Guadalupe Alas Alvarenga.
Clarification, Your Honor, despacito, por favor. Silvia, ¿qué?
Guadalupe Alas Alvarenga.
Silvia Guadalupe Alas Alvarenga.
Raúl Antonio Rivas Guardado.
Raúl Antonio Rivas Guardado.
Good morning.
Buenos días.
I would like
Buenos días.
I would like to speak to Mr. Rivas first, please.
Quisiera dirigirle la palabra al caballero Rivas primero, por favor.
Good morning, sir. How do you know the defendant?
Buenos días, caballero. ¿Cómo es que usted conoce al acusado?
Él es mi hijo.
He's my son.
Do you live together?
¿Ustedes conviven?
Sí.
Yes.
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
Mientras que esté pendiente de estos cargos, ¿usted desea convivir con él?
Sí.
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
¿Algo semejante ha sucedido anteriormente?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you tell me the last time this happened?
¿Me pudiera indicar cuándo es la última vez que algo así ha sucedido?
Ayer.
Yesterday.
Before that, sir.
¿Y antes de eso?
No recuerdo antes, pero sí ha habido varias veces que él se ha portado así y hasta ahora es que pues decidimos mejor que a ver si nos ayudan.
I don't remember exactly when, but it's happened many times that he's behaved this way. But this time we finally decided to do something about it to see if we could get some help for him.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
¿En este incidente tuvieron drogas o alcohol involucrado?
No.
No.
I have no further questions for Mr. Rivas.
No tengo más preguntas para el caballero Rivas.
Your Honor, with regard to the second witness, I believe she is just a witness.
Su señoría, referente al segundo testigo, creo que ella es solamente testigo.
And therefore, based on that, I have no questions for her.
Y basado en eso, no tengo preguntas para ella.
Okay.
¿Podría yo hacer una pregunta?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Diga.
Mi hijo tiene esquizoafectivo, desorden bipolar, ansiedad y depresión y no está tomando sus medicamentos y por eso.
Momentico. My son has this schizoid affect. He's bipolar. He has anxiety and depression, and he hasn't been taking his medication, and that is why this occurred.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias, señora.
Okay. I do find probable cause,
Determino que existen indicios razonables
and I am going to release him on pretrial release
lo voy a liberar bajo el programa de libertad provisional
with the special conditions that he have no hostile contact with,
I'm sorry, Your Honor, go ahead.
with the named victim.
Con la condición específica de que no tenga trato hostil con las víctimas indicadas.
Your Honor, there were two victims.
Su señoría, vieron dos víctimas.
Okay. Then with either named victim,
Bueno, en ese caso, con cualquiera de las dos víctimas indicadas.
that he possess no weapons,
Que no posee armas de fuego,
that he take all prescribed medications,
que se tome todos los medicamentos recetados,
and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him.
y le voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público para que lo represente.
All right. So are you okay with him coming home, or do you want him to live somewhere else?
¿Ustedes se sienten cómodos de que él regrese a vivir a la casa o ustedes prefieren que él vaya a vivir a otro sitio?
Pues yo estaba esperando que lo trasladaran a un hospital.
Well, I was hoping that he would be transferred to a hospital.
Well, I can't do that on a misdemeanor, ma'am. So,
Bueno, señora, yo no lo puedo hacer basado en un delito menor, así es que
okay, you can,
Yo lo puedo llevar a casa.
I can take him home.
okay. Thank you. All right, that's all.
Gracias.
Is that all the Spanish interpreter cases? Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much for your assistance.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good morning.
You too. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Cruz.
Is there somebody here on this case?
They were supposed to be, I believe.
There's nobody out there? Okay. All right, sir, you were arrested on charges of child abuse as well as battery, dating violence. And it's the same person as she is under 18. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause on both of these matters. And I will, at this time, set bond in the amount of $15,000 on the child abuse charge and $1,000 on the battery, dating violence charge, for a total of $16,000. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim, that you possess no weapons, You all do not reside together, correct?
She live in my house. She stay in my house, actually.
Okay, well, you maintain separate residences. If it's in your name, then she's the one who needs to move out. Okay. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
And I will appoint the public defender to represent you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Mikey Henderson.
Okay, Mr. Henderson, you're here, you were arrested on multiple counts and charged with false imprisonment, dating violence, battery, dating violence, criminal mischief, under 1,000, resisting an officer without violence, 2 counts, and trespass on a structure or conveyance. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause.
Your Honor, as to the second count of resisting without violence, I would ask that you ROR, the state can only move forward on one resisting when it stems from the same incident. So I would just ask that you set a bond on one of the resistings and ROR as to the second count.
State? No objection? Okay. Okay, I have, I'm sorry, sir?
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask, do I have a say-so on any false charges?
No.
Sorry, I was asking, do I have a say-so right now on any false charges I have? Like accusations as far as like my charges?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir, I do find probable cause in each of these cases, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. As far as the false imprisonment, dating violence, I'll set bond at $5,000. The battery, dating violence, $1,000. Criminal mischief, $1,000. Resisting without violence, $1,000. The other count of resisting without violence, I will ROR you. And trespass of a structure or conveyance, also $1,000. Special conditions are that you have no contact, possess no weapons, that you not return to where this occurred. This shows you do not live there. Okay. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. That is all. Is there a report on this one? There wasn't one. Macias? There was,
Mental health, Your Honor.
excuse me?
He's mental health, Your
He's mental health?
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Correct. This is Macias? Okay, because the report isn't uploaded here, so I need to review this. Actually, we're gonna, who do we have here in person? Is this Mitel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's deal with him, and then I'll do Macias, 'cause I haven't read through this yet. Okay. Could you tell me your name for the record, sir?
Martins Matil, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, false imprisonment, domestic violence, as well as written threats to kill or do bodily harm, and you also have a violation of probation. On the violation of probation, the judge set you at no bond. I will stay that no bond status. As far as the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I do find probable cause on all of these charges. I will appoint the public defender. On the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I'm going to set bond at $5,000. False imprisonment, domestic violence, setting bond at $3,000. Written threats to kill or do bodily harm, setting bond at $2,000. Special conditions, that you have no contact with the named victim in the case, that you possess no weapons, that you not return to the scene. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all. As far as Johnson Macias, who is
Your
mental.
Honor.
Yeah.
Did he have a one-time return with law enforcement to gather anything he left?
Yes, one-time return with law enforcement to regather his belongings. On Johnson Macias, aggravated battery with a pregnant person, domestic violence. That would do it. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and on the aggravated battery, I will set bond in the amount of $10,000, false imprisonment, domestic violence, $5,000, tampering with a witness, tampering to hinder communication to a law enforcement officer, $1,000, and battery to priors, set bond at $1,500. Special conditions that he have no contact with the named victim, that he not possess any weapons, that he not return to the scene. Anything
Your Honor,
else? Dave?
DCF was contacted regarding this case, and I believe at least one of the children was also a witness.
Okay, and to comply with any DCF plan. Okay. And I'll appoint the public defender for Mr. Macias. Thank you. Okay. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Morning. Tijari Quilly.
Okay, Mr. Quealy. Let's see. You were arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a weapon, domestic violence, as well as assault and domestic violence. Is there anybody here on this case? All right. Okay, sir, I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause in both counts. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. And in the aggravated assault, I will set bond in the amount of $3,500. On the assault, I'll set bond in the amount of $500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victims, that you not return to the scene, that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
DCF was contacted, Your Honor.
And that you comply with any DCF plan that's put in place.
And Your Honor, you gave a one-time return with law enforcement.
One-time return with law enforcement to obtain your property, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Robert Louis Robertson, Jr.
Okay, Mr. Roberson. You were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, as well as tampering with a witness to hinder communication to a law enforcement officer. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Is there a report on this? Thank you. And I will appoint the public defender to represent you, sir.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is it any kind of way I could just get pre-trial? I got the money for a hotel. I don't want to go back there. The address change. I'm changing the address.
You don't qualify.
That's the old way.
You don't qualify.
That's why I'm sure.
Well, sir, I find probable cause. I'm going to set bond on your battery in the amount of $1,000, on the tampering with a witness to hinder communication to a law enforcement officer, $500. Special conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim, you possess no weapons, that you maintain separate residences, you can return once to obtain your property.
That's all I need to get my car closed. I need to get police to go there to get my car closed, and that's it.
Okay. All right. That's all. Ew. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Dominique Sanders, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Sanders, you are here on a new charge of battery, dating violence, and then you have a failure to appear on a 2020 case. On the failure to appear, the judge set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond status. You can take that up with that judge, all right?
All right.
On the battery, dating violence, sir, I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And I'm ordering that you have no contact with the named victim, that you not return to the scene, and that you possess no weapons. And so,
How much was the bond on the battery, Your Honor?
1,000, but he's no bond on his failure to appear. Thank you. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Sheldon Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown. You were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. Looks like somebody's coming in here. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause. Okay. All right, and we have somebody in the jury box who I'm assuming is the named victim, so if we could swear her in. Not jury box, witness box.
Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Carolyn Jameson.
Okay, State, do you want to inquire, please?
Yes, please. I apologize, ma'am. I didn't hear your name.
Geraldine Jameson.
And how do you know the defendant?
He's the father of my children.
Do you live together?
We do not.
Has something like this happened before?
Yes.
Would you like to have contact with him?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
I would like to add that I work at the school that my children attend, and he typically comes to the school to pick them up, but I would like to have no contact. So I'm not sure what we can do to work that out for his ability.
You specifically want him to have no contact with you. What about the children?
I want him to have no contact with me, and I do not want him to have contact at my workplace, which is the children's school. And going as far as the children are concerned, I would like to have something through a formal process where I do not have to have contact and he does not have to have contact with me in making any type of pickups or things of that nature.
Thank you.
May I ask a question, Your Honor?
Yes.
Is there a court order in place?
No, we have no court order, no parenting agreement, no child support agreement. We just have our mutual agreements.
And so him picking up the children from school, does that require him to get out of the vehicle, or can he pull up and just pick the kids up?
No, it requires him to get out of the vehicle and he'll come in the office and sign them out, and sometimes I don't know that, but I have to notify my my administration of what's gone on because that's policy, and I just want to make sure that there's no chance that he'll make any statements or make things difficult for me at work because that's been threatened before.
Okay. All right, sir, I have reviewed this. I do find that there is probable cause in the battery charge. I will appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. I am going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 with the special conditions are that you are to have no contact with the named victim, that you not return to her home, and that you possess no weapons, and that you follow any DCF plan that might get put in place in this matter. It's my understanding you all do not share a residence, right? So
We do
there's no
not.
reason for you to go back to that property. I understand you all share children, but you don't share a residence. So you are to have no contact with her. You can have contact with your children, but no contact with their mother. Do you understand? Okay. All right. And, okay. Thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if you could just specify, clarify that the no contact also does extend to her workplace.
Correct. It's not just not return to her home. It's also that you have no contact with her. So if you go to her workplace, you make sure you are nowhere near her when you do that. I mean, you're there only to deal with the children, not to deal with her. Do you understand?
That's across the board. We can't, obviously.
Correct.
I will
You're
not be going to his residence.
She's been
Will,
several occasions.
Okay. Well, she's agreeing to not have any contact with you as well.
And my roommates have noticed this.
Okay, sir, I don't have any jurisdiction over her.
Am I not?
You can talk. It's not always to your benefit for you to
Okay,
talk.
I just wanted to clarify that she's not allowed in my home.
Okay, and you can deal with a judge and get an injunction if that's what you want to do. I don't have any jurisdiction over her. I can order you to not have contact with her. Do you understand that?
Charged by this, with the same thing.
No.
She's being charged with battery and I'm being charged with battery.
for,
Isn't that?
No.
No? Oh, that's what the officer explained to me, that she was being charged with the same thing because she was the one that initiated the contact.
Okay. I don't have her on any charges. If she comes before me on charges, I'll set conditions on her.
Very good, thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. There's so much I could do. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Eva Silva.
Okay, Mr. De Silva, you are here on 2 counts of misdemeanor battery. Both are first-degree misdemeanors punishable by up to a year in jail each, up to a year probation each, up to $1,000 fine each. I have reviewed these. I do find probable cause in both of these. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay. I am going to set bond. No, you do qualify for PTR. Let's see. Really? You do qualify for PTR, so I am going to release you on pretrial release, which is, it doesn't require you to put up any money, but there are conditions, sir. And the conditions are that you had no contact with the named victim in this case, that you not return to the residence. You maintain separate residences for the time being. You can return once accompanied by law enforcement to obtain your property, but for the time being, you maintain separate residence. Possess no weapons, and you are to comply with any DCF plan that gets put in place. All right? Okay, that's all. Thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Jonathan Ellington, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Ellington, you were arrested on a charge of battery, domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this matter. You do qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release, okay? But it does come with conditions, sir. The conditions are that you have no contact with the named victim in the case, that you not return to the victim's residence and that you possess no weapons. We see that you do not reside together, so there's no reason for you to go back there.
Oh, ma'am, we do reside together. We have an apartment together.
Says defendant and victim do not share a residence, have not lived together since June of 2022.
We've lived together since June of this year,
Okay, well, you're not going to live together until you get this straightened out, sir, so.
I understand.
Okay. So if you have property at her residence, you can return once accompanied by law enforcement to pick up your property.
Roger.
Okay, thank you. Right, good morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Ms. Pagan, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. I've reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary bond, but it does come with conditions. The conditions are that you have, well, do we have anybody here? No. That you have no contact with the named victim, that you maintain separate residences, and that you possess no weapons. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
And a one-time return with law enforcement, Your Honor.
One-time return with law enforcement to pick up your property. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
It's John Peltier.
Okay, Mr. Peltier, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And you do qualify for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary release. It comes with conditions. You are to have no contact with the named victim. You are not to return to where this occurred. And you are to possess no weapons. Were you all residing together?
It was my stepson.
Okay.
If his mother, yes, we were, I'm sorry.
Okay, for the time being, you need separate residence. I have no objection to the next judge altering these conditions, but since I don't have anybody to give me any feedback as to what the situation is, right now, we're going to leave it at no contact.
Yes, I understand. If his mother asked, if he is gone, by his mother's request, am I allowed to enter the house without having the police or anybody there?
You need to maintain a separate residence from the named victim. If the named victim is your stepson, if he's not living there, you can live there. But if he's living there, you cannot live there.
I mean, as far as getting my belongings and stuff
get a
like that,
one-time return with law
I still have to do that with?
Mhm.
Okay.
Do that with law enforcement, sir. Okay. That's all. Thank you.
So you're ordering a one-time return, Your Honor?
One-time return to pick up his property. All right. Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Davidson St. Florent.
Okay. Sir, you were arrested and charged with battery, domestic violence, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. I have reviewed this, and I do find probable cause, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in this matter. Okay. And we do have somebody here. Okay. So if we could swear her in.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name for the record.
Kimberly Miles.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How do you know the defendant?
We date.
I can barely hear you.
I said we date.
Do you live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. I have reviewed this. I do find probable cause, and I will set bond in the amount of $1,000. Or special conditions are that you are to have no hostile contact with the named victim. Apparently, she wants to have contact with you, but that means no hostile contact. So if you start getting angry, you need to walk away. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Also, that you possess no weapons in this matter, pending this case, okay? And you are also out on bond currently for a battery on a law enforcement officer. And this case would be a violation of conditions of that bond, so I am going to revoke that bond, sir. Do we know what that bond was? This does not apply. Hold on a second. $20 CF 6904. Fantastic. Computer kicked me out.
Your Honor, I believe it was $2,500, if that's what you're looking for, the bond amount?
That is what I'm looking for, and it is $2,500. I'm going to revoke that previous bond. I'm going to set your new bond in the amount of $5,000 with the same conditions as the previous bond. And nothing further. I'm going to need the paperwork on these. So, ma'am, could you tell me your name?
Michaela Desime.
Okay, Ms. Desime, you are here on an out-of-county warrant that has a bond. It's for failing to appear for a driving while license suspended. I'm trying to see which county. In Martin County. And they've set the bond at $500, so I'm going to stay the $500 bond. Okay, so you can either bond out or you can wait and they'll transport you down to Stewart, okay? Thank you.
Is it Stewart or Martin?
Excuse me?
What county was this from?
Martin County.
Okay.
Stewart is in Martin County, sorry. All right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Philip Wayne Harris.
Okay, Mr. Harris, you have an out-of-county warrant. Thank you. And this is from Brevard County. It's for grand theft third degree, fleeing and eluding, as well as resisting an officer without violence. On the grand theft motor vehicle, the bond is $1,000. The resisting, fleeing, and eluding, it's no bond, and resisting, obstructing without violence, it's 500. I will stay the bond amounts, and you'll be transported to Brevard County as soon as they can come get you, okay?
Is there any way that I might be able to get a bond on the no bond?
No,
Fleeing and
it's not mine to do anything with, sir. The judge in Brevard County set that, so.
Actually, Your Honor, it was a, over the line arrest. It's a probable cause. It wasn't a warrant.
So he's entitled to a bond on the fleeing and eluding, Your Honor.
I'll set bond in the amount of $5,000 on that matter. Okay. So you can either bond out or you can get picked up by Brevard County. Thank you. I don't get any information. All right. Good morning. Could you tell me your name?
Harvey Jefferson.
Okay, Mr. Jefferson, you are here on multiple out-of-county warrants from St. Johns County. They've set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond amount, and they'll come get you soon. Thank you.
I went and put yes on those. She didn't.
Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Olivo, you're here on a violation of probation out of county, which appears to be for Osceola County. And the judge set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond amount, and you'll be transferred to Osceola County pretty soon, okay? Thank you. Okay, good morning. Can you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Pacheco, you're here for an out-of-county warrant. Paperwork? Yeah, I haven't seen any of this. All right. It's for a failure to appear out of Osceola County, sir, and the judge set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status, and you are going to be transferred to Osceola County. All right, good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Mr. Peters, you're here for an out-of-county warrant. For Pinellas County, the judge has set your bond at $2,013. I will stay the $2,013 bond amount, or Pinellas County will come pick you up soon, okay? Good morning, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Could you tell me your name, sir?
Vernon Wade Haynes.
Okay, Mr. Haynes. You are here on a violation of probation for 2021 CF 15077AO. The judge set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond amount, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. That's all. Smith. All right. Good morning. morning, ma'am. Could you tell me your name? Okay, Ms. Smith, you are here for violation of probation on 3 separate felony cases, 2021 CF 3970, 3969, 3521. The judge, Chad Alvaro, has set you at no bond. I will stay the no bond amounts and appoint the public defender to represent you. Thank you. All right, sir, could you tell me your name?
Charles Ware.
Okay, Mr. Wade.
Ware.
Where? Okay, I apologize. Okay, you are here on 4 violation of probation cases. 2018 CF 12291 AO, 2020 CF 6929 AO. Let's see. 2018 1496 AO. Case number on this one. Okay. Sir, the judge assigned a violation of probation warrant and has set you at no bond. I'll stay the no bond status on each of these. You also have a new charge. Of possession of a concealed weapon by a convicted felon and possession of cocaine with a weapon. I will stay the bonds of $4,000 and $1,000. On those matters, I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you on all of these cases, sir. That is all. Is that everything? Are we out of people?
We have 33 motions here.
Okay. Now what do we have? Okay, 33-day motion, Randy Tyke Atwell, 2022 CF 8943 AO.
Denied, information was filed.
Okay. Joshua Forcier, 2022 CF 8902 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay. Paul Paxton Senior, 2022 CF 9010 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Megan Taylor, 2022 CF 8955 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Antonio Garfield Lemon, 2022 CF 9051 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Wayne Levon Milton, 2022 CF 9016 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Daniel Mark Gainey, 2022 CF 8418 AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Maurice Wright Davis, 2022 CF 8832 AO.
Denied, information was filed.
I've got stuff to sign, but other than that, or I don't have stuff to sign. No contact orders to sign. Okay. So are we looking at 10? Is that accurate? Yeah. So is everybody okay with getting started at 11:30?
That works for defense, yeah.
Does that work for everybody?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Would you want sooner? I don't,
Yeah.
I know, I don't think I can read it all that fast.
Then absolutely no problem. 11:30 is then. Thank you.
Okay. See you at 11:30.
All right, case number 22 CF 2571. Yes, sir, your probable cause is for which count?
Only one count, Your Honor, is the count of arson that was charged under Florida Statute 806.01. Reading directly from that statute, Your Honor, says, any person who willfully and unlawfully or while in the commission of any felony by fire or explosion damages or causes to be damaged. So plain reading of the statute requires damage. I know from the case law that it isn't ruled that that damage can be de minimis, but we have a direct line from the officer who performed the arrest in this case that there was no damage at all performed by the fire that was lighted, and as such, I would say that there is no probable cause for arson in this case, Your Honor.
All right, looking at the charging affidavit, the court also sees that it says there was no damage to the residents from fires. Sir, I would encourage that you not say anything. You have an attorney that's representing you, so he is going to be speaking on your behalf. Now, if you have a question, please speak to him before you speak to me. State, what would you like to say about the arson count?
Your Honor, the statute refers to the contents of the dwelling. Here, the officer does speak, while he does say there's no damage, the state believes this is in reference to the structure. It does state that there are paper and a palm branch which are on fire, which would be content inside the dwelling.
I do see that the palm tree branch was set on fire inside the screened-in rear porch. Let's see. The pieces of paper also set on fire were scattered approximately 3 feet from the residence. However, there was no damage to the residents from the fires. All right, just 1 second. Now, one could argue that the palm trees, as well as the areas of the screened-in porch, would suffice under statute 806.01 subsection 1. This is PC. You all can certainly file a motion if you feel like it, in reference to the arson count. So this is what I'm going to do. I find probable cause based upon the statements by the officer that the palm tree was set on fire and it was within the screened-in porch. Whether the officer believes that was sufficient damage or not, that's really a question for the jury in reference to whether they feel that's arson.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm going to go ahead and find PC. For arson, the bond will be stayed at $2,000. For the violation of domestic violence injunction, I do find probable cause. The bond will be $2,000. For the burglary of a dwelling unarmed, I do find probable cause, the bond will be stayed at $5,000. As to the resisting arrest without violence, I do find probable cause, the bond will be stayed at $500. Sir, you are not to have any contact with listed victim. You are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to possess any weapons or firearms. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I see here he was out on conditional release for 21 MM 1024. That is going to be revoked at this time in the bond.
Heard on that?
You may.
I understand why the court is revoking it, that the court has that authority. I represent Mr. Thomas in that case, I believe.
Okay.
We are set, he was adjudicated incompetent in that case, and we are set for a competency status hearing in 6 months status point in October. If I heard the case number correctly, Your Honor, I believe there was some noise a moment ago.
It was 21 MM 1024.
Then maybe not, Your Honor. But I do represent Mr. Thomas in a case where he's set for comp status, coming up in October, the 6 months start to check in. I would just request that the court would consider not taking action on his open cases due to his ICP status.
Well, I don't know anything about his other open cases. I only know about 21 MM 1024. And according to Benchmark, on April 1st of 2022, so a few months ago, it looks like the court found him incompetent to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's why he was placed on conditional release.
Yes, Your Honor.
He was to report to Park Place within 24 hours of his release for clinical evaluation. Don't know if that was done. And he was not to possess any illegal drugs or controlled substances without a valid prescription. He was not to have any hostile contact with the victim. Well, I'm sorry, with Jacqueline Jeffrey.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, based upon that, I won't take any action on 21 MM 1024. Please let your client know that he's not to have any contact with this victim.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because there is an active permanent injunction.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anyone else that needs to call up first?
No, Your Honor, we now are ready to proceed as you wish, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Ricardo Morales, Spanish interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
All right, good afternoon. I'm conducting initial appearances at the jail. The first defendant I will be calling is Angel Alma Roman, 22 CF 2565.
El primer caso que voy a convocar en esta tarde es Ángel Amo, 22F 2565.
He's been charged with possession of cocaine, which I do find probable cause for.
Fue acusado por posesión de cocaína, por lo cual hallo suficiente indicio de criminalidad.
All right, he does qualify for direct PTR. State, do you have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
¿Usted cualifica para el programa de libertad provisional directa? ¿Alguna objeción, Fiscalía? No, señoría.
All right. I'll go ahead and do a direct pretrial release on this defendant. The conditions will be not to possess or consume any illegal drugs.
Voy entonces a conceder libertad provisional para este acusado. Las condiciones son no poseer ni utilizar ningún tipo de sustancia ilegal.
All right, thank you. Next case is, does Mr. Justin Hosley, does he need a Spanish interpreter? Omar Gomez Sanchez? All right.
The other one I have listed is Mr. Omar Gomez Sanchez, Your Honor.
Yes, in that case is 22 MM 2022.
He's present in person.
Próximo caso es Omar Gómez, caso 2022 MM 2022.
All right, so you've been charged with battery, domestic violence.
Señor, usted se le acusa de agresión física de naturaleza doméstica.
I do find probable cause for your arrest.
Determino que hay suficiente indicio de criminalidad para su arresto.
You do not qualify for PTR due to immigration issues.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have more information if you would like.
Usted no cualifica en este momento para libertad provisional debido a problemas con inmigración.
That won't be necessary. I'm still gonna give him a bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your bond's gonna be $500.
Su fianza se fija en $500.
Sir, you're not to have any contact with the listed victim.
Señor, usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con la presunta víctima en este caso.
You're to maintain a separate residence from her.
Usted debe mantener una residencia totalmente separada de ella.
If you have any personal items at the home, I will give you a one-time assistance with law enforcement to retrieve those personal items.
Si usted tiene artículos personales en esa residencia, se le permitirá regresar en una sola ocasión acompañado de las fuerzas policiales para recoger sus pertenencias.
And you are not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Y usted no puede tener ningún tipo de arma o arma de fuego.
Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
¿Algo más, Fiscalía? No, señoría.
All right, thank you. Does anyone else need the services of the Spanish interpreter?
¿Alguien más requiere servicio de intérprete en español?
I see no response from the judge, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too. Justin Holsey.
He's present, Your Honor. He is in the back of a moment before he's brought forward.
All right, well, if he can hear me, you don't have to bring him forward.
I believe he can hear you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Holsey, I have an out-of-county warrant. It's from Polk County. Your bond is set at 0 at this time. They should be coming to pick you up soon, okay?
You understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Lazaro Garcia, 22 CF 1160. All right, sir, you failed to appear for an arraignment. The judge has issued a bench warrant, and that bond is set at 0 at this time, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor, I have a court date.
Okay, what is your court date?
September 19th, 8:45 a.m., courtroom 5F.
Nancy Campos, 22 MM 2021.
President approaching, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, for the court's information, the victim in this case is present.
All right, thank you so much. All right, Ms. Campos, you were arrested for battery, and I do find probable cause for your arrest. You do qualify for bonds with PTR conditions. Before I tell you what your bond and your conditions are, we do have the alleged victim who is present. Ma'am, can I please have your first and last name?
Campos.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. Now, Ms. Christian Campos, do not tell me anything about the facts of this case. I just want to know if you wish to have contact.
Yeah, like, no, hostile contact.
No hostile contact? Okay, what do you think no hostile means? I just want to know.
Like, no arguing, no, like, getting upset at each other, just, cordial, calm.
Okay. All right, so you're not afraid at this time? Any weapons in the home? All right. State, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, any questions?
No, this time, Your Honor.
All right. Bond's going to be set at $500. I'm going to order no hostile contact, so you will be able to return to the home. I've been told there's no weapons at the home, but I'm still going to order no weapons, no firearms, okay? All right. Have a good day. Thank you. Otis Davis, 22 CF 2498.
President approaching, Your Honor. Defense counsel would have probable cause arguments to 3 counts.
Is it 4?
I see it listed as 3 on mine. The second possession use of drug paraphernalia. The introduction into a facility. And the possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, Your Honor.
All right, we'll talk about that one.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Otis Davis, you were arrested on 6 separate counts. The first one is battery. I do find probable cause. Your bond's going to be set at $500. You do qualify for PTR, but I'll get to those conditions at the end. Your second count, possession or use of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. Count 3, providing false name or ID. I do find probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. Count 4, possession or use drug paraphernalia. I did not find probable cause. State, would you like to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would ask for 24 hours to remedy the lack of probable cause in the affidavit.
Your Honor, may I be heard on this, just for the record?
You may.
Defense counsel would at this time object to a 24-hour reset. I know that in exceptional circumstances, they are allowed to have that. I would argue that there are no facts at all that relate to that. And this is sworn to by a police officer. I don't think what we have here qualifies in this exceptional circumstance. And I would ask the court to deny the request for the 24-hour reset, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this case, the arrest in this case was made less than 24 hours ago. Per the statute, the state has 48 hours to bring the defendant in for an initial appearance, and then after that 48 hours may, with exceptional circumstances, have an additional 24 hours. So for that reason, because we haven't even run to 24 hours yet, the state would request for that reset.
Over defense counsel's objection, I'll go ahead and give the state 24 hours to see if they can obtain probable cause as to count 4. As to count 5, the court, which is the inmate introduction, possession, I didn't find probable cause for that.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a reset for the same reasons.
All right.
For the record, Your Honor, defense counsel would object on the same grounds.
All right, your objection's noted. I'll go ahead and grant 24 hours. As to count 6, which is the possession of controlled substance without prescription, according to the charging affidavit, the pipe, the residue was methamphetamine. Go ahead, mister. You may.
Apologize for cutting you off for a moment, Your Honor. I would say it doesn't lie. It was just residue. While I know that did test positive for methamphetamine in the usual proceedings, I found that unless it is an actual, the residue itself is part of the paraphernalia, and would have a separate backing or source for the drug. There is no PC for the controlled substance without the prescription, Your Honor, as it is part of the paraphernalia itself at that point.
State.
Your Honor, the residue was able to be tested, which in the state's opinion would mean that it was separate from the pipe, I believe. So because that was separated, it was not part of the paraphernalia, but rather its own substance.
All right. Based upon the charging affidavit, I'll go ahead and find probable cause. It does say that the residue was tested, and apparently there was enough to have, there was enough tested in order for the police officer to determine that the drug was actually methamphetamine. So based upon that, that's sufficient for the court to find probable cause. Bond will be set at $500.
Yes, Your Honor. Have you heard on bond release conditions?
Before I list them,
I will wait to hear Your Honor.
all right, no contact with the listed victim. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms, and he is not to possess or consume any illegal drugs. Do you have an objection as to those conditions?
No objection to those conditions, Your Honor. We would just have a request of the court.
All right. In reference to the no contact, it doesn't say anything about the residence, so I'll just go ahead and say maintain a separate residence at this time. Is there an issue with that, defense?
May I have one moment to confirm my client?
You may.
No objection to that, Your Honor.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may just be heard on, I know you've already announced
Oh.
the totals.
Yes.
But due to special circumstances, the client has expressed to me, I would request that you would consider possibly direct PTR. He has a minor child who is at that home. No one else lives there, but he is unable to confirm if anybody is able to take there for his son as soon as possible, Your Honor.
The court will not consider direct PTR. The bonds will be what I've already listed them as.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, this is the 24-hour reset for no probable cause for count 4 and 5. What are we setting the bonds?
For what?
They're currently at 500 and 1,000 count 4 and 5.
They're going to be stayed until we are able to talk about them tomorrow.
And we're doing a 24-hour reset?
We are. Clayton Glee, 22 CF 25, that looks like a 5, 2568.
President Pro Tem, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Glee, you've been charged with, you were arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person. I do find probable cause for this offense. You qualify for bonds with PTR. Your bond's gonna be set at $5,000. Conditions will be not to have any contact with listed victim. You're to maintain a separate residence from her. If you have any personal items, I'll give you one-time assistance with law enforcement to retrieve those items. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. State anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, that was just $5,000 bond, no PTR, correct?
No, bonds with PTR, ma'am.
Thank you.
Chantel Grimes, 22 MM 2023.
Your Honor, I have a question regarding the last case.
Sure.
I did not believe I heard you announce no contract or anything about the residents. I have some information.
I did a no contact and I said maintain separate residence.
Yes, sir.
What's the info?
If I could just reconfirm it to everyone.
Sure.
Your Honor, we cleared up any confusion. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Grimes, good afternoon. All right, you've been charged with battery, domestic violence. I do find probable cause. You do qualify for bonds with PTR conditions. Your bond's gonna be set at $500. The listed victim's not here right now. Is there somewhere else you can stay? All right, because I'm gonna order that you maintain a separate residence from the listed victim, which is your daughter, correct? All right. If circumstances change, you can have your attorney file a motion to modify my conditions. But right now, it's gonna be a no contact, and I need you to maintain a separate residence from her, okay? All right, and you're to not possess any weapons or firearms. State anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Fletcher Hollinger, 22 MM 2024. All right, Mr. Hollinger, you've been arrested for battery, domestic violence. I do find probable cause. You qualify for bonds with PTR conditions. Your bond's gonna be set at $500. Conditions will be not to have any contact with listed victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the listed victim. If you have any personal items, I will give you a one-time assistance with law enforcement to retrieve those items. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms, understood? Thank you, sir. Larissa Joseph, 22 CF 2569.
President Pro Tem.
All right, Ms. Joseph, as to your case, you're arrested for 2 separate counts. The first one's child abuse without great bodily harm, which I do find probable cause for. Do not qualify for PTR. Your bond as to count 1 is going to be set at $1,000. Count 2 is battery. I do find probable cause. Your bond set at $500. You're not to have any contact with the listed victims. Gonna order that you maintain a separate residence at this time from the listed victims, okay? You're not to possess any weapons or firearms, understood? Is that a yes? Thank you. Last but not least, we have a Samuel Cruz. This is an Orange County case, 22, is that CF 300794?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe they were still in the process of transporting him to the chapel.
Okay.
Oh, no, the attorney's waiver.
Oh, all right. Mr. Cruz, Samuel Cruz? All right, how old are you? 32? All right. I am not quite sure why you are in front of me. You've already seen a judge. You have a bond amount. They told me for some odd reason Orange County can't transport you, and I don't know why.
Your Honor, I do have an email in front of me if you'd like me to read it.
It's probably the same email that I have, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
It does not to me as well, Your Honor.
I mean, we've had so many cases where people are found in Orange and people are found in Osceola, and we transport people all the time. So I am going to order corrections from Orange County to come get you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if they don't, it's gonna be a problem. So please make my order very clear that Orange County Corrections needs to come pick him up within 24 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else I need to handle?
I do not believe so, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You do the same. Court's adjourned until tomorrow morning.